everybody? This is the Pop Music Freak, back with another song fact countdown video. Counting down my 1,000 favorite songs of all time. We're up to song number 933. It is a 60s classic hit by basically a two-hit wonder, as their second single did crack the top 20, but the first single is what everyone knows this group by. It was a New York group named the Left Banke, and their big hit was a song called Walk Away, Renee, from the fall of 1966. Now let me give you the song facts and talk about a few members of the band who are relevant later on in pop music history. Okay, Walk Away Renee is a song written by Michael Brown, Bob Calilli, and Tony Sansone for the band The Left Banke. Released as a single in July of 1966, Steve Martin Caro is featured on lead vocals. It spent 13 weeks on the U.S. charts with a top spot of number 5. The song has been widely considered a quintessence of Baroque pop genre. In 2005, Rolling Stone magazine placed it at number 220 on a list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. The track returned to nationwide charts with cover versions by First of Four Tops in 1967, which took it back into the top 15 of the chart, and somebody named Rick Price in 1993, but that really wasn't a hit, and I never heard that remake. But anyway, a couple of minor things to get to at the front. Michael Brown later became a founding member of the group The Stories in the early 70s, which went on to hit number 1. They were a one-hit wonder and hit number 1 with Brother Louie in 1973. So that might be worth knowing. And one of the background singers was a little guy named Ian Lloyd, who would become the lead singer of The Stories in the 70s. So that's the story of that, anyway. So now let's get to the background of the song. Michael Brown has stated that the song is one of a number he wrote about a lady named Renee Fladen, the then girlfriend of the Left Banke's bassist Tom Finn, an object of Brown's affection. She was associated with the band for a few weeks and was described as a free-spirited and tall blonde. Brown wrote it 1 month after he met her. Walk Away Renee was one of a series of love songs the infatuated Brown wrote for his muse. Other works about her include the band's second hit, Pretty Ballerina, and She May Call You Up Tonight. After decades of obscurity, she was identified in 2001 as a noted singer, vocal teacher, and artist on the West Coast. According to band member Tom Finn, a bunch of teens got an apartment together around Tin Pan Alley in the Broadway area, and Renee lived there part-time when she wasn't living with her mother. Most of the kids were like half runaways in those days, and there was a crash pad there, and we used to call it. I guess I brought her to the studio one day where Michael met her and fell in love with her. Brown says of his unrequited love for Renee, it was just sort of mythological in love, if you know what I mean, without having evidence in fact or in deed. But I was as close to as anybody could be to the real thing. Renee was looking on during the recording of the song, and her presence nearly prevented its completion. In an interview, Brown stated, "My hands were shaking when I tried to play because she was right there in the control room. There was no way I could do it with her around, so I came back and did it later." However, co-writer Tony Sansone has given a different version of the origin of the song and contends he is the primary writer. Sansone has stated in interviews that he wrote the lyrics, and he randomly chose the name Renee because the Beatles used the name Michelle in their hit song of the same name. He likewise chose a French name, Renee. Who knows? I don't know who's right. The song features a flute solo played during the instrumental bridge of the middle portion of the song. Brown got the idea for the flute solo from the Mamas and Papas song California Dreamin', which had been recorded in November of 1965, but was not an immediate hit until early 1966. The arrangement for Walk Away Renee also includes a lush string orchestration, a jangling harpsichord part, and a descending chromatic bass melody. Its production was credited to World United Productions Incorporated, but the session was produced by Brown's father, jazz and classical violinist Harry Lukovsky, who also led the string players. So in terms of who performed on the song. Al Rogers was a drummer. John Abbott played bass. George Fluffer Hirsch played guitar. Mike Brown was on the harpsichord. Friends on strings, okay, whatever that means. Jackie Kelso was uncredited but actually played the flute solo. Doesn't appear on the record anywhere. Any credit for that. John Abbott was the arranger on the song. Steve Martin Carroll was the lead singer of the group. And George Cameron and Tom Finn played backing vocals. So in terms of chart success, as I stated, in the U.S. The Billboard Hot 100, it got as high as number 5. Up in Canada, it got to number 3. In New Zealand, it got to number 5. In Cashbox here in the U.S., it got to number 2 on the pop chart. A year-end chart for 1966, Billboard ranked it number 40 for the year, and Canada's RPM magazine rated it number 51 for the year. Now, just worth noting that shortly after the success of this song, within the next year, the Four Tops did a cover of Walk Away Renee, and it did relatively well on its own, going to number 14 on the Hot 100, hit number 3 in the UK, number 2 in Canada, number 5 in Ireland, and hit number 15 on the US Soul chart. And it did a respectable showing as a remake. Now this Rick Price version, let me take a look what this says. 1993 Australian singer-songwriter Rick Price has 5th single from his debut album. The song peaked at number 21 in Australia, but it was nowhere to be found here. I never heard it in my life. Anyway, so there's the story. There's the song Facts on Walk Away Renee by the Left Bank. Number 933 on my list of my 1,000 favorite songs. I'm going to try and do a couple more today, since I only had really one yesterday. I hope you enjoyed the Beatles. You're going to see a lot more of them. Alright, so like the video. Please like the video. I need likes. The more likes I get, the more other people get these videos recommended to them. Alright, the regular reaction folks who go out and hundreds of thousands follow some people. Not getting any of those people spill over yet into those people. I hope I do too soon. Maybe once I crack 1,000 subscribers or a couple of thousand, maybe that'll start to get going. Alright, but anyway, please share the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You get the bell on the right there. Hit that bell. You'll be notified when I have other videos up. Alright, and of course I will post the music video in the description, a link to it, so I don't get dinged by the copyright gods. Alright, so I wish you all a wonderful day, and peace and love.